Hey, the kingdom of heaven is at hand, man. And a lot of people not gonna make it into the kingdom. Contrary to how it may appear, you know, on the outward, you know, everybody go to church, everybody say they love God. These wicked rappers, they win these awards for demonic albums saying that they give it all to the Most High. Right. Yeah, everybody appear to love God, man, but in that day you're gonna see that a lot of people really hated the Most High. Right? People really hate God, man. Especially those that say they love him, man. Right. Like the brother brought out, man, people honor the Most High with their lips, but their heart is far from him. The brother brought that out last night, man. A lot of people say they love God, but their actions show otherwise, man. You can't come into this truth thinking that you can still do worldly things, that you can still partake in the world while being in this truth, one foot in, one foot out. You can't do that, man. The Bible goes against hypocrisy. If you're gonna serve him, serve him. If you're not, you're not, man. Right. It's that simple. Can't be lukewarm in this walk, man. Let me get the book of Job, man. Bring that out, King.
This is the book of Job, chapter 13, verse 15.
Bring it out.
Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him, but I will maintain my own ways before him.
Right. Though the Most High slay us, put us through these fiery trials, put us through these tests, these obstacles, we're gonna still put our trust in the Most High, man, because that's the power that we serve. He said he gonna put us through the fire. He gonna put us in the furnace, man. Right? Though he slay us, we're gonna still put our trust in him, man. We're gonna still keep these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, to the best that we can. We're gonna force these laws, statutes, commandments in our households, man. And we're gonna maintain our own ways before him, man. Right. Read.
Verse 16. He also shall be my salvation, for the hypocrite shall not come before him.
Right, so the Most High is our salvation, man. Right. That is our way out. That's our ticket to the kingdom, by being obedient to his commandments, by having faith in his only begotten Son, man. By doing what he tell us to do without compromise. Right. You know what I'm saying? But a hypocrite ain't gonna be able to stand before the Most High, man. A hypocrite gonna hear, depart from me, I never knew you, ye worker of iniquity, man. Because you got one foot in, and then you got one foot out. You want to be in this truth, but you want to be in the world at the same time. You can't mix that. That's oil and water, man. It don't mix. A lot of brothers, they see other Israelite brothers, and it's supposed to be in this truth, and they appear to be godly, but them niggas in the world, man. They fully engulfed into the world. Niggas clubbing, right? Niggas smoking weed on the back end. Niggas dealing with prostitutes, paying for whores, while being in this truth, man. Right? You can't say, oh, I'm at the Lord's Passover, I'm keeping the Lord's Passover in this wintertime, man. You can't do that, man. Niggas keeping Passover in the winter, and ain't nobody gonna speak about it, but you wanna speak about everything else, you wanna point out everything else somebody doing. But you niggas out of season, man. Right? A hypocrite not gonna be able to stand before the Most High. Where in the Bible he said keep Passover in the wintertime, man? Show me that in the scriptures. Right? The Feast of Dedication in the winter. We can see that in the scriptures. Right. But where is the Passover being celebrated in the damn wintertime, in the wintertime in the scriptures, man? Nowhere, man. Right? Sometimes you gotta humble down and change your dates. And ain't nothing wrong with that. To be aligned with what the words say, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Changing your dates to be aligned to the season, the appointed time that the Most High put us in. Right? Let me get that in Ecclesiastes, King.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 1 and verse number 27. For the fear of the Lord is wisdom and instruction, and faith and meekness are his delight. Distrust not the fear of the Lord when thou art poor, and come not unto him with a double heart.
Right, don't come to the Most High with a double heart, man. Right? A lot of men like to follow men right to the pit. Right? A lot of men look up to these so-called leaders in Israel. A lot of men look up to these so-called self-proclaimed priests and prophets in Israel, but they leading your black ass to the pit, man. Right? Why? Because a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. A lot of these leaders, or so-called leaders in Israel, are double-minded. They don't know whether they want to be in the world or whether they want to be in the truth. They don't know if they want to be prideful or they want to be humble. They don't know. Right? It's day and night with some of these people in this truth, man. But you can't have a double heart coming before the Most High. You can't say, oh, I'm doing this, I'm keeping your high holy day, but it's not in the proper season. You a part of Christianity with that, man. Right? Read.
Verse 29. Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men.
Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men. Right? So when you living out this word, when you walking with the Most High, you want to put your best foot forward. You want to give your best efforts every day, all day, day and night. You don't want to be presenting yourself one way in front of the brothers, but behind the scenes, you're a whole different person. You're a whole different character.
Bring that out.
Behind closed doors, you masturbating. Behind closed doors, you fornicating. Right? Behind closed doors, you envious of your brothers, jealous of your sisters. Right? But when you come in front of the congregation, oh, you got the mighty garment on, you got your fringes on, Shalom, brother, Kwam Yasharala. Right? But you don't want to be a hypocrite in the sight of men. Why? Because the Most High is going to expose your hypocrisy, man.
That's right.
Your heart is going to reveal itself, so to say. Read.
Be not a hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul.
Right, and don't exalt yourself in this truth, man. Don't try to put yourself on a pedestal. Don't try to put your congregation on a pedestal. Right? Because the Most High is going to bring you down.
Right.
The Most High not dealing with pride. He's not dealing with self-centeredness. Right? He's not dealing with vain glory, man. And that's what a lot of brothers misconstrue in this truth, man. Personal gain, vain glory, the fame, the theatrics. The Most High not dealing with that, man. H.O.I was low-key. He was coming around in disguises, hiding himself because he didn't want nobody to know that he was the son of the Most High, man. He wasn't projecting that to the whole entire world. Only a few people that was around him was witnessing those miracles. He even told the people he healed, hey, don't go tell nobody I did that.
Right.
But you niggas want the spotlight. It's a price for that. You got to pay a price to be in that spotlight. Read.
Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so God discovered thy secrets, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in the truth to fear Salakia. Because thou camest not in the truth to the fear of the Lord, but thy heart is full of deceit.
Right, so your heart is desperately wicked. It lied to you, man. You thought you wanted to serve the Most High, right? You thought you wanted to be a nigga still in the world, but still calling out precepts. Hey, but the Most High cast you down in the middle of the congregation, man. In the midst of Israel, you got cast down in front of everybody. Because you want to say you this, you that, but you really ain't living the part, man. You really ain't living the part. That's why with my brothers, we encourage brothers to tend to their household, their first congregation first, man.
Right.
Edify your family. Edify those that's in your house, whether they here or forbear, man. Still edify your family, because that's your first congregation. Who else gonna sanctify the house besides you?
Right.
Who else in the house gonna encourage everybody to keep the commandments besides you? Right? You out here in the streets trying to edify everybody in the damn world, but you're not tending to your flock at the crib, man. You gotta tend to them first. First and foremost, man. You can't put the congregation before your wife. You can't put the congregation before your kids. Your kids and your wife is your congregation, man.
Right.
And once you get that straight, then you can go and teach the people on the highways and byways. Because you got home straight first. Even if it ain't completely perfect, because it ain't going to be in Babylon right now.
Right.
Even if it ain't completely perfect, you're able to come out to the streets and teach because you're teaching in your home.
Right.
You niggas letting wickedness run rampant in your household, man, without checking it. And think you finna come to these demons out here on the street and check something. It don't work like that, man. Your heart is desperately wicked if you're thinking that you're gonna be in the world and proclaiming that you're in the truth at the same time. You sadly mistaken, man. Right? And that's what our Lord Hamashiach, Yahushua, was doing when he was on the earth. He was calling out the scribes and Pharisees and all the hypocrites, man, for looking mighty on the outward, but inwardly, you wicked as hell, man. You got to transform that inner man. This is about inner transformation, casting down wicked imaginations and bringing your thoughts into the obedience of Hamashiach Yahushua, man.
Right.
You got to know what to do with those intrusive thoughts, man. Niggas know all these breakdowns, but you can't cast down imagination. Your imagination is controlling your walk with the Most High, man. Right? A wicked thought pop into your head, oh, I'm finna go to the club tonight. You don't know how to say no. That goes against my morals, my integrity, and my values.
Right.
I'm finna go surround myself with demons by going into a club, but I'm finna go try to bring out some precepts while they playing goddamn Yellow Breezy and man. I'm finna go bring out some scriptures while this chick twerking on my lap and tell her not to be a whore. You can't do that, man. You got to separate the clean from the unclean, man, like the elder was saying earlier.
Right.
You got to put a difference between the clean and unclean in this truth. And you niggas don't know how to do that, man. And it starts within your heart, within your mind. You got to separate it right there first. Right? Bring that out in Matthew 23 and 23, King. Baba Kashaw.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 23.
Bring it out.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites! For ye pay tithes of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law.
Come. So woe to you, scribes and Pharisees, man. Right? You pay your tithes, but when it comes to weightier matters of the law, you don't know how to deal with it. Right? Niggas be worried about the wrong stuff. So to say, read.
Have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone.
Right, so judgment, mercy, and faith, brothers don't know how to teach that. They don't know how to teach mercy or righteous judgment or keeping the faith even when you do transgress a commandment. Right? Brothers more worried about small commandments instead of worried about the ones that they really need to change right now.
Right.
You got hatred in your heart for your neighbor, man. You covetous. By Shema Mashiach Yahushua. What's going on, King? Come get this word, brother. All praises, man. Good to see you, King. How you doing, brother? Yeah, man. You already know, man. Yeah, I'm gonna tap in with you. Yeah. Hey, all praises, man. Our people, you worried about mixed fabrics, right? You worried about mixed fabrics, but you hate your brother in your heart.
Right.
Why are you worried about some damn mixed fabrics right now, man? You need to worry about getting your heart right with your brothers.
Right.
Right? You worried about, things that you could fix later on down the line, but you need to fix the main stuff first, man. You're a flaming homosexual getting popped in the behind by another man, right? But you worried about a commandment that's least, right? Not saying that you don't need to keep the least commandment, but you need to worry about the greater commandments first that you need to fix, right?
Right.
You need to repent from your homosexuality and then start to fix everything else.
Right.
That's what Yahushua saying, man. Y'all so quick to throw stones at brothers But y'all got sins y'all damn self that y'all need to work on, man. Israel's so quick to rebuke people, right? But you ain't checking yourself. You ain't really working on yourself. What I see a lot, the people that go hardest with the rebukes in Israel, man, them be the ones that be the worst, man. Them be the ones that be the worst. You on a brother helmet, you on their neck about breaking the law, and you constantly talking about it, but y'all niggas got skeletons in y'all closet too, man. Right? Read. Verse 24. Come.
The book of Matthew, chapter 3, verse 24. Ye blind guides, which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel.
And that's exactly what we going into, man. You straining at gnats and swallowing camels, right? So the Pharisees, when they would strain the gnat, they would drink wine, and gnats would get into their wine. And that would make the drink then unlawful, because there's certain insects that we can eat, and there's certain insects that are unclean. And the unclean insects would fly into their wine, and they would get a strainer and strain out the wine and leave. They would get an insect and strain out. They would get a strainer and strain the insects and keep the wine in a new jar, right? They be worried about that. They strain at gnats and swallow camels, right? Swallowing the camel symbolize they not worried about the weightier matters of the law, right? They swallowing greater sins than those would be the gnats that's in their cup. You worried about keeping your cup clean from gnats, but you niggas just unjustly murdered somebody because you accused them of adultery, but you didn't proceed with the righteous judgment. You only had one witness. One witness came to you, oh, this person committed adultery, hey, let's go stone this nigga. And while you about to go stone this man, you straining out your wine. You straining your wine for gnats. Right? Hypocrites, man. And not to mention, while you straining your wine for gnats, while you about to go stone this man without fully rendering the proper judgment, you lusting after a neighbor's wife or something. In the midst of all that, you got whoredom in your heart, right? That's what Hamashiach talking about, man. Brothers be worried about the wrong stuff, right? Read.
Verse 25. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess.
Right, you niggas is full of extortion and excess, man. Right? I know, the Most High, he exposed he bring light to darkness. We understand that. But it's the way you go about doing that. Right? It's the way you go about doing that. Read that again, kid.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess.
Right, so outwardly you looking righteous because you're exposing wickedness. Right? Because that's a good thing, you're exposing wickedness. You look righteous because you're exposing wickedness. But inside, man, you full of extortion, man. You make clean the outside of the cup. Yahushua referenced you niggas as cups, man, and platters, man. Y'all clean on the outside, but inwardly y'all filthy, man.
Right.
Wicked as hell. Keep that same energy when acknowledging or confessing your sins, man. Right. Keep that same energy. The same energy you got exposing the wickedness of another brother, another congregation, another camp. Keep that same energy exposing your own wickedness, man. Clean out that inner man. Clean out that inner man. Right? You niggas full of extortion. Just imagine if the elders that we went to for counsel exposed everything that we told them at the council. Imagine that. Like the brother was saying the other day, that should be like the X-Files, man. That shouldn't be like the X-Files. If everybody in Israel got exposed through their own elders, it'd be like the X-Files, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta clean your inward self first. You gotta clean yourself out first before you even worry about another man's wickedness, man.
Right.
Read.
Verse 26, thou blind Pharisee, cleanse first that which is within the cup and platter, and that the outside of them may be clean also.
Right, so you clean that inward man first, that the outside of your cup can be clean, that the outside of your body can be clean.
That's right.
It's about inner transformation. That's what this walk is about, man. You changing inwardly. It ain't about your brother next to you changing inwardly. It ain't about your mama changing inwardly or your children changing inwardly. It's about you. Because you got to stand before the Most High alone. So that's who you should be focused on and worried about, man. That's who you should be constantly rebuking, is yourself every damn day. That way, once you're purified inwardly, you're able to correct your brother with a pure heart. Not out of envy, not out of hatred, not out of jealousy. You sincerely correcting your brother. Not with an ulterior motive, man. For views and clicks and likes and to grow your congregation. That ain't what this walk is about, man. Right? Read.
Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye are like unto whited sepulchres, Salakia, for ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness.
Right, and that's what a lot of brothers is in Israel, man. You appear beautiful on the outwardly, right? You appear holy and righteous, right? But inwardly, you're full of dead man bones, man. You're full of uncleanness. And you try to lead a congregation like that. You can't do that, man. You can't do that. The Most High not gonna allow you to treat his message like that. He's not going to allow you to deliver his word like that while you're full of uncleanness, man. Just like these Sunday pastors, these Christian pastors in these churches, they're not keeping no laws. But they'll come up there and tell you, hey, oh, the congregation y'all ain't giving enough. Y'all ain't even brought me a new watch yet.
Right.
But they full of dead men's bones, man. They full of dead men's bones. How you gonna boast in the law while breaking the law, man? The Most High not dealing with that. You boast in keeping the commandments, but on the back end, you doing some sodomite stuff, man. Right? It ain't in the scriptures for your wife to penetrate you, man. That ain't in there. That's not in there. Let's be honest, that's not in there. It don't say the woman can pretend to rule over the man on this night after the Sabbath. It don't say that. Right? It don't say that, man. We got to be mindful. We got to be careful dealing with this truth, man, because the Most High will kill your ass, man. The Most High will kill you. Right. Damn, what happened to the so-and-so, man? What happened to him? Oh, he got hit by a bus. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what happened to so-and-so? That nigga was out there teaching and somebody popped his ass. He dead. Right? So we gotta be mindful of how we treat this truth and what we do in this truth, how we treat our brothers, right? There's a rebuke that's sharp, there's a rebuke that's gentle, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to discern and how to come at your people, man. Because if you try to do a sharp rebuke on a brother and your spirit ain't right, hey, something can happen to you, man. Something can seriously happen to you. You roll up on one of these young niggas, man, hey, they'll hurt you. You talking about, hey, young brother, you want me to teach you about God? And that nigga like, hey, you want me to send him to you? You want me to send you to God? I'll send you to God right now, nigga. What you talking about? Right? So we got to be mindful, man.